our top 10 hard to beat or challenging games that we think that we played before, and what we think are some of the most challenging games we ever played.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Our
be honest with
personal
you.
list. All right. So we played these games.
I only have 2 that are from current consoles. Everything else is like from like older shit, like hard.
You know what? Mine is this. Well, I got a few that are current, but I have some really old ones too. But anyway, is it my turn?
Term.
I think it's your turn.
Yep.
What's your number 10, Grant?
My number 10. It's also a terrible game, but it's also a hard game, and it's Silver Surfer for the NES.
Oh, good God.
So this game is terrible because everything you touch kills you. Like you don't really understand how like the levels are set up. Like one level could be like a side scroller, like a Gradius type game,
Yeah.
where the screen moves and you go with it. Or another level is like overhead view, but like you don't really know because everything literally kills you. Like if you touch the ceiling, you die. If you touch the floor, you die. If you don't move fast enough, you die. Stalactites, oh boy, don't run into those because guess what? You die. One hit, you're dead. Guess what? There's no continues. You die, you lose all your lives, you gotta start the fuck over.
That's a good one.
Not only is this game, I fucking hate this game.
All right, Grant. Is that it?
That's it.
Well, my number 10, just whatever Grant just said right there, is my number 10 also. This game was actually a lot more fun than Silver Surfer, but it was hard.
That's my number 9. That's it. Hey, how you doing? Battletoads. Battletoads, how you doing?
Battletoads, dude. I remember I thought the game was kind of fun, but boy, when you got in those later levels, dude, this game was really challenging.
Yeah,
really challenging when it came to just the monsters and everything, and their hit boxes and stuff like that. It was just ridiculous.
Do you remember the tunnel level where you're on the speeder thing? Well, this is also one of those fucking games that like when you're playing 2 players, you can hit each other. It's also one of those games like if I die and I lose all my lives or whatever, then we have to continue. Like you get penalized for it. But it's also another one of those games that like, so let's say you have 3 lives and I'm dead or whatever. I can hit select and steal one of your men and come back. Like I can keep stealing your men.
This was your number 9, you said, right?
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing: it's a great game. It's just fucking hard. Like this is real
it's a
hard.
good game from back in the day, back on NES. Yeah.
So that was my number 9.
I loved the show when I was a kid.
Yeah, Double Dragon and Battletoads. Oh yeah, of course.
Golly. That's some old stuff. All right. Anyway, Grant, my number 9, which is also has 9 in it. All right. Mega Man 9 was a return to form. Like I would say after 3, all the other Mega Mans weren't that difficult, but Mega Man 9 was a return to form to some of the original Mega Mans. And the later, when you finally get to some of the later on Robot Masters, they were just ridiculous. And this game was very hard, but I enjoyed it.
Well, also, this game was also on the PlayStation. You know what games like Mega? This is the problem with Mega.
What?
I can't remember the year.
But 2005 or 2008, I can't remember.
It's weird playing a Mega Man game, and I got the collector's edition. Like on the PlayStation, I downloaded it, where he's got like the old ones, whatever. It's really weird playing a Mega Man game on the PlayStation controller. So I think that has a lot to do with it. Like, it's just something about the feel of the controller that, like, I don't know if that could just be me, but I feel like the way, like, I feel like these games have to be played on a Nintendo controller or at most a Super Nintendo controller. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, I was playing, so I downloaded the Mega Man Legacy. It was like $5 and it has all number 1 through 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was playing it, and it just felt so weird playing it on a PlayStation controller. Like, it didn't feel right. Like,
I don't know, man. Like, some of those later on, like, X's that came out, or even the X and Zero games, I thought they felt great on.
Man, it's just I don't know, man. I feel like
PlayStation controllers and stuff like that. I just feel like
they got to be played on a smaller fucking. I don't know.
Well, this one was on the Nintendo, right? So
not
nine.
I'm
talking about
1 through 6 was on
6.
The
yeah, this one I thought felt fine. I mean, this was a good game. It was an okay Mega Man, but it was just so hard. Like it was like I felt like I was playing a Nintendo game.
Well, they also started running out
those old Nintendo games. A lot of them were really hard.
They also started running out cool.
Well, we talk about this all the time. Man. The core people don't understand why Nintendo games, the original ones, were really hard because they were not adopted, but this was during when they started making arcade games hard. And for money, right? They try to make you die a lot, and they make you spend a lot of money on those arcade games back in the day. And that's where Nintendo kind of, when they brought some of those games from arcade to Nintendo, they retained the difficulty, and it was just a pain in the ass.
And look, this is that they got a female enemy in here.
Yeah.
Who is that? Jewel girl?
I can't remember the names, dude.
Testicle
Anyway,
man.
that was my number 9. What's your
Number 8? All right, this is kind of off the beaten path, but I remember playing this game. And Ed, do you remember Paperboy?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I love
Paperboy was a
Paperboy.
hard game, but that's not what we're
I
talking
still
about.
liked it though.
We're going to dial it up all the way to 11. Super Paperboy has 2 weeks. And here I am, I think I beat the week or whatever, and it was already hard. And first of all, I don't know why I'm delivering papers on Sunday, because you don't, whatever. Also, when I got to week 2, oh boy, it was hurricanes and tornadoes, and death was after me, and the women coming out to stab me and everything, the cars coming in. Dude, this game was ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous game. The second week it's like we're going to take it and make it all the way up to expert on second week. It was bad. It was super hard.
Oh, dude, tell me about it. Now, I remember this game. I remember that cover.
Yep.
I had this game, and I can't remember the difficulty because it's been so long since I played it.
Oh, it's god awfully difficult.
But I loved the Paperboy on NES, and so I had to get this game. I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I owned it, but I know I got it from Blockbuster.
It's a very underrated game. Who would have thought delivering papers would have been fun?
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's not like it is. That's not how it is in real life.
It's not. All right, Grant, my number 8. Here we go. Grant, this game, dude. Ghosts and Goblins. Easy at the beginning. I'd say halfway through, But boy, once you get halfway through, this game turns into a gigantic turd when it comes to difficulty. I hated this game, and I can't remember if I beat this game or not. Like, I don't remember ever finishing it. But this game was just so hard towards the enemies were faster, and your arm. I mean, you just lose all. This is the game, when you went through and you lost your armor as you played.
This is on my list.
All the way to being naked.
This is
You're
on
in
my
your
list
boxers after getting hit.
So we'll talk about this one again.
Oh, you got this on your list?
Yeah, it's a higher up.
Yeah, Ghosts and Goblins, dude. I hated the difficulty. Kind of a fun game though, but I just remember I could not stand this game.
Yeah.
Towards the end there. All right, Grant, number 7.
Here we go. Number 7. Fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Not the arcade game.
You sure that's not your worst game?
Top 10? Original game. Oh no. There's harder games. But this game was frustrating as fuck. Everybody talks about the damn stage. Everybody talks about, that's the most famous stage where you can't touch
the one on NES, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I remember, so hold on. I remember getting this game for Christmas, and bless my parents' heart, they tried, right? So the game that I thought I was getting was the arcade game. But this is what I got. And my parents tried. I never understood why all the turtles, I guess, didn't the turtles in the comics have all the same color headband? Was that basically what it was? Because I never understood why they all had the same color. Besides the weapons, I don't know why they had it like that.
That was just what they did.
So you play this game, and you have all 4 turtles or whatever, and everything kills you. You sit there, and the water kills you. Fall in the water, you die. There's nobody from the game except at the end.
It's a completely different game compared to arcade. It's not even, doesn't even like everything about it.
You don't fight any you fight like Bebop and Rocksteady or whatever, but that's it. But the other guys that you've never seen in the game, you don't even hear the Ninja Turtles music. If we ever did a
top 10 letdowns when it came from original to new, this would probably be in that top 10. Going from the arcade version to this, playing this, or thinking you're going to get something like the arcade version, that would be a good top 10 also.
Imagine, so the damn stages is probably one of the hardest stages in any game, because you have to get the bombs, you have to detonate or defuse the bombs or whatever, and everything you touch kills you. Well, then you have to hear that stupid beeping over and over wherever you're losing life and all this other stuff. Then you get in the van, and the van has the same life bar as your turtles. So whoever you have selected, that's whose life bar uses on the van. So if you get hit there, you die there.
Yep.
Everything kills you in this game.
Hated that game. All right, Grant. Number 7. All right, we got to talk. It's funny that I had this on my top 10 because of what we showed at the very beginning on our pre-podcast segment was Ninja Gaiden Black. But this was your Souls game before Souls game. Honestly, if you think about it, if you want to call it that. But before what we called Souls-like, you know what I mean? Which I'll get to later.
Yeah, me too. Oh boy.
But yeah, this was just, you had to master them in order to progress in this game. It was really hard. All right, Grant, go ahead.
My number 6 is Castlevania 1.
Oh, you thought that game was hard?
That game was very hard, because the problem with this game is everything that hits you takes a quarter of your life. It's a classic game. It's a fantastic game.
I love this game.
But this game was extremely hard, because everything you get that hits you took a quarter of your life off. So you only had like 4 hits and then you die. And then if they hit you, you would. That's Simon's Quest. Oh, no, it's not.
No, that's dude. Because I know that color.
And then everything that hits you bounced you back 4 feet. So you would fall in the water. Like, he can't swim? Like, I never understood that. Like, why do they assume when you fall in the water, you automatically drown? Like, I never understood that.
I mean, he's a big dude, man. Might
I
have
know that,
dense
but does that
bone
not make?
structure.
But I mean, like they should have said this is acid water or this is unholy water. Like
Yeah.
if I fall in the lake, I'm just going to swim and swim back to shore.
All those sea creatures popping out of the water and stuff like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Now that would make more sense. But if I just fall in the water, no, if I fall off the top of the castle, then I can understand dying, which I did all the time.
That's a very weird concept back in the NES day, wasn't it? Like Mario did the same thing, except when
Yeah.
you went in the underwater portion.
Exactly.
But if you fell in the water,
then you die.
in the platform version of it,
That doesn't make sense.
You died.
Everything, like all the small stuff kill you. A cactus would kill you. Like, no.
Yeah.
I mean, it would hurt. It wouldn't kill you.
Golly, dude. Such a great game.
It's a great game.
That's such great. That music.
This game was, dude, this game.
I got that music in my head right now.
This game was so hard because, like, imagine being like 4 or 5 trying to play this game. Oh, this was difficult. Like, I didn't beat this game till I was like 19.
I was a prodigy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I beat all these games simple. They were simple to me.
Yeah.
All right, Grant, number 6. It is it's a type of Metroidvania game, I guess you can say, but it's very Soulsy, Souls-like Metroidvania game. And this got popular. This game and like Ender Lilies and what was the other one? Anyway, these Metroidvania Souls type games got real popular, but this kind of jump started everything.
Yeah.
I would think. Yeah, I would say this one jump started everything. And they started to all come out with these it's a beautiful game. Like for a Metroidvania game, like it's great artwork, it's hand drawn and everything like that. But this game is rough. And I am actually looking forward to playing the second Hollow Knight and dying a lot, but these games are awesome. This is a very difficult game. All right, go ahead, Grant.
Number 5 is Contra. I'm not talking about with the infinite life code. Imagine trying to beat this game with 3 lives. That's it. 1 hit kills, 3 lives. That's all you got, buddy.
Dude.
Before I knew about the 30-man code, like this game, I didn't make it past the first stage. I didn't think it was possible to.
There's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone.
That's right.
And a Xenomorph from Aliens in the background too.
Everything from the 80s.
This cover is the 80s.
Yeah.
This
especially
the
aliens. They were obsessed with like aliens movies and things.
Like late 70s, 80s. This is, if you want to know what it was about, this is a very good description of what the 80s was about.
Speaking of that, let me just do a second. I watched RoboCop again.
The old school one?
Yeah, because the new one's terrible. I'll never watch that. Do you know that RoboCop never reloads his gun? Never. He never
really caught that.
What? Next time you watch RoboCop,
I need to watch it again. Like a lot of these movies, I like watching. I should watch after I've been in the military for 20 years. I can catch a lot of things, especially some.
Dude never reloads his gun. Never reloads his gun.
Really?
There's not a scene where
no magazines or anything.
None. He doesn't drop one, put one in, nothing. That thing's got infinite bullets.
Damn. Maybe he's got a cheat code. I don't know.
I'm telling you. Go back. I watched it. I was like, you know what? I was like, this motherfucker never reloads his gun.
I'm watching Arnold Schwarzenegger and like Commando and stuff. I'm just like,
okay, so
that was that stuff. Now I'm just like,
that was a different. You talking about the scene where he set down one claymore?
How he holds these machine guns in his arms and is so accurate.
There's no recoil, nothing. But what's funny is he drops one claymore and blows up 2 buildings like an atomic bomb.
Oh yeah, claymore.
They shattered.
Dude, they didn't care back then.
What's funny?
They had no military experts on set during those movies.
And then like he would throw one grenade and 7 guys would go flying. Like
and they'd be like explosions.
Yeah.
Like the grenade would be an explosion. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like
no, that's not what grenades do.
Exactly.
They make an explosion, but it's like more of a shock.
Yeah, exactly. But the grenades never blew off any like legs or anything. It was just they would just fly them across the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, so next one this is a sequel to an original Super Nintendo game.
All right.
Let me pull it up. This game I was looking so forward to because I love the original, the one on Super Nintendo.
I was gonna put that on here, but I was like, nah, I got some
F-Zero GX, dude.
Yeah, that was rough.
The high speeds that you go at in this game, like there's some tracks that you go so fast that you cannot. Everything is just like it's just one. It looks like one snapshot, but you can't see things coming the way the camera angle is.
Yeah.
But everything's so fast, and it's so hard to maneuver in this game. And then once you got towards the harder difficulties, it was just almost. I don't even remember if I beat this game or not, or got progressed to a point. But this game was just horrible. I mean, it was fun to play, but it was just really hard. But yeah, it's one of the hardest racing games I've ever played.
Oh yeah.
Like they don't got nothing on this game.
All right. So this was one of those early games that had like 6 stages. That's all they had. And okay. So you only had 3 hits or 2 hits. You would lose your outfit and then that was it.
3, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was 3.
Well, anyway, that's it. Well, the good thing about it is it had a lot of continue. So, I mean, it's kind of like Wizards and Warriors in a way.
Yeah.
I remember beating this game, and you have to fight the demon or the devil at the end is what he's called, or whatever. And when you beat it the first time, it says this castle was just an illusion. You must basically you have to beat the game again to get the real ending. You had to beat the game twice. It took me 7 hours to beat it one time, and they want me to beat it again. What kind of shit is that?
If y'all want to see something funny, go check out Grant's
The God Awful Gamer.
The God Awful Gamer plays Wizards and Warriors, right?
Boy, was that bad. I beat it. But it was funny.
Some funny things the boy's saying.
Oh,
but yeah,
man.
Go check that video out. It's under our videos, or it's actually under one of our playlists. I think I made a playlist for you. But anyway, it's pretty good.
I'm gonna do more. I just haven't had a chance to yet.
Sure haven't. All right, so From Software, our friends. I mean, it's another Dark Souls, Demon Souls. It's a Souls game, but it has a very like gothic, Lovecraftian kind of feel to it. But Bloodborne, fantastic game, but hard as fuck when it comes to like the monsters and everything. I mean, just even the first few monsters in the game is hard. It's really hard if you haven't played. Luckily, I played some Souls games before this, so I kind of knew what I was expecting. But this is going to be one of the hardest out of the genre from Software that I've ever played. One of the hardest. I got some more in my list. Go ahead.
Yeah. The top 2 are my top 2, but my number 3 is the original, the NES versions of Ninja Gaiden.
Oh,
let me tell you why this game's hard. Okay, first of all,
Ninja Gaiden's in the top.
Dude, let me tell you why this game's hard. So first of all, it has the Castlevania effect. You get hit, knocks you 45 feet back, you fall, all that stuff. Not only that, is if you get hit, let's just say you kill something, you get hit. If you just move off screen a little bit and come back, the monster's back. You have to be precise with your jumps and all this other stuff. I love it. It's great.
I like watching people speedrun pretty much anything.
Yeah.
It's pretty entertaining how they can do stuff.
Yeah,
how
it's
know
incredible.
Bugs, glitches, and all that stuff. It's insane.
Like they find stuff like you never even would have thought of. But like you get hit, you fall back, and then you come back and the monster's back again. That took you 45 minutes to kill or whatever. Yeah. You have to jump over them. You hit them, they fall off the ledge, all this other stuff over and over. It's one of those games. This game's hard.
It is hard. All right, Grant. This is a game probably not many people have played, but I played this on my Nintendo Switch, I think. Yeah, on my Switch. All right, Grant. Let me show you this game. You probably don't even know what this game is, but I want to just show you one picture. This is going to be just one snapshot of a part in the game and why this game was so freaking hard.
The hell is that?
Okay, those are enemy bullets. Like this, I love Galaga games and stuff like that. I love these space shooters. Just screen to screen, whatever space shooter. I love these games, but this is called 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸. But this was like there's polarity shifts in the game. Now, what I mean by polarity shifts, it's turning you upside. It's taking you another direction, and then it could happen in the middle of this crap you see on the screen. This game was really hard, but it was so addicting. If you guys haven't played it, play it. Like it's hard, but it's really fun.
Is it a one-hit kill game?
No.
You gotta have.
Okay. Yeah, you can take a few hits like this. You could probably take a few, but like you got to dodge it because you're going to get more of this throughout the entire game. Throughout this entire level, this is what you're going to get. And this guy looks like he didn't blow up the left and right guys, but so he's taking the full brunt.
He's about to get it.
But this one was it's actually one of my favorite games of this type of genre. It's really good. It's really cool. All right, Grant, go ahead.
Number 2 is Dark Souls. Is that your number 2?
No.
Okay. The Ornstein fight's probably the most famous fight we know. But let me just tell you about when I first, this is the first, obviously, it's the first game I've ever played like this, ever.
This is the first ever.
Yeah. So I remember booting this up thinking, oh boy, this is going to be great. Until I walked 5 feet, took a left, and this big monster beat the shit out of me and I died. Like immediately. Like, I mean, I'm over exaggerating, but it was like at the very beginning. Like I didn't have to go very far to get my ass handed to me. It's like everything was like one step ahead of you. Like it was difficult, man.
I'll say my spill for this in a little bit. All right. My number 2, Grant, is Sekiro. Okay. I mean, that's my third Souls game in here. All right, anyway. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. If you did not learn how to parry in this game, I'm sorry, but you probably didn't beat this game. You had to learn how to parry, Grant. Everything's about the parry, Grant. But yeah, this game was awesome. I think it was like Game of the Year too, I think, maybe. Yeah. But fantastic game. Such a cool game. But boy, you had to get that damn parry, Grant. But yeah, it's parry. So you have to parry, Grant.
Do you think I'd have been
Did I mention you have to parry in this game?
I would have been terrible at this game then.
You had to parry. If you didn't know how to parry, you probably...
Can you not just roll out the way?
You have to parry. Yeah.
Oh, then I would be...
You got to parry, Grant.
Then it would be really funny to watch me play this game.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah, so you got to parry. This is Parry, Shadows Die Twice. This is what the game's called. It's called Parry.
All right.
All right, go ahead. You're
Number one. Back in the summer, I went on a journey. That journey of Elden Ring.
Oh my God. I knew you were going to put that on your game. Good.
Terrible. This game is like, okay, so do you remember the big soldier that was outside the city?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, dude. That was the bane of my existence. It took me a week to beat. I had to go on like a Rocky training montage to get stronger to come back and beat him. And I had to respec like 7 times just to find out the right spec to beat this guy. And then, lo and behold, he wasn't the hardest thing because there's enemies just as hard inside the fucking city.
I got a question to ask you. What is that guy's name? The Golden Horseman on, the guy on his horse.
Beat him, but way after I was way powered up. Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, did you try to fight him when you saw him?
When I first saw him, yeah. Well, I didn't try to fight him. He fought me. Like, I got too close to him.
That's hilarious. Like, you get to fight that first guy that drops down, but you kind of like just die to him because you have nothing. But then that is your first introduction in Elden Ring is that horseman.
Yeah.
And just his movements and how fast he is, you're like that's a horrible
Well, his horse killed me. I didn't even
fuck this. I'm not playing
his horse killed me. Like, he didn't even get off his horse. Like, I didn't even
he slam and like take his shield and dive into you.
I didn't do any of that. Like
I could see someone saying, I am not playing this game.
I went back after I got super powered up and I kicked his fucking ass for old time's
sake.
Right. And the dragon that's over there in the marsh kicked his ass too because
when did you fight him? How long did it take you to fight him?
Well, he was already like, I wait, look, I go back and fight all the powerful monsters that they're powerful when you're early. I wait till I get super powered up and then come back and kick their ass.
And then you stream, you clip it and throw a stream up there at the very beginning.
Like that one I did where I killed the guy in 2 hits.
Everyone sees what kind of gear you got on, Grant.
I know, I got like top-notch gear and I hit him twice. Oh, man. Hey, dude, that's the only way I can do it.
Golly, masterpiece. But
masterpiece
hard,
game,
man.
The most frustrating thing is getting kicked off the mountain by the goats.
Yeah, dude. Then then they amped it up in Shadow of Erdtree, dude. Those bosses was just amped up from the original ones. Golly, fantastic game. My favorite game. All right, Grant, my number one. You already talked about it, but it is my first experience of Dark Souls. The first one I ever played. I played every single From Software Dark Souls. I played all of them. Anything that's a Souls game, I have probably played. Yep. Or anyone they called Souls-like, I have played that game. Probably. But when my first reception of a Dark Souls game was the Asylum Demon, the first fucking boss of the game. I got killed. I mean, this is my first Souls game. I got killed 100 fucking times until I beat that fucking boss. Eventually I played so many Souls games. I got really good at Souls games. I know what to expect. I know I can tell just by the movement of if you play a lot of Souls games and you've beaten these games and you play Elden Ring and beaten all that shit, you know when you fight a Souls enemy just by their movements. And boy, I got so good at that. Like how those monsters move. And this was the beginning. That's how I got good at Souls games, by mastering this game at first. But it whooped my ass, Grant.
Oh, yeah.
The entire game whooped my ass. But I loved every second of it. And I got so addicted to those games. And that's probably why a lot of other people like these games too. But I've gotten so good at Souls game. I can play any Souls game now. I can just watch those enemy movements, dude. I can tell when an attack's coming. I can tell it.
Dude, I know you're beating the Shadow of the Erdtree monsters a lot.
It was hard. Like there's some of the monsters.
A lot of other people.
I one-shotted a lot of monsters in Shadow of the Erdtree. Not one-shotted, but like first attempt, bam, down. Yeah. Yep. But Dark Souls, dude, is the hardest game I've ever played.
Super hard, dude.
So ridiculous. All right, top 10 games, 10. The hardest games we ever played, or most challenging.
If you have a top 10, leave it in the
just comment anywhere in our videos or wherever you want, and we'll check it out.
As long as it doesn't get us banned.
Exactly. Okay.